what specific innovation or trend at Infosec Europe truly excites?
I'm excited to see all the adoption of artificial intelligence. Everyone seems to be talking about that. I think it's a really unique opportunity to kind of see what potential artificial intelligence has and how it's going to be adopted by the cybersecurity industry.
Okay, amazing. Is there a particular niche, though, you would like to point at when it comes to artificial intelligence, especially with the rise of AI agents?
Yeah, so I think this concept of agentic AI is really interesting, but I think it's one that we need to be very cautious in our approach with. The idea of automated response or artificial intelligence taking response actions, there's potential there for it to do a lot of good, but there is also potential for a lot of, I don't want to say harm, but odd or strange responses that may take place, right? With things like artificial intelligence, you have the possibility of hallucinations, you have the possibility of unpredictable results. So when you then tie that to response actions, you're not quite sure what response is always going to take. So I think that we need to, be open-minded in our adoption of it, but be perhaps a little pragmatic and cautious in our adoption of it.
What opportunities or challenges do you see emerging?
Challenges, I think I'm going to stick with my first response there and say is artificial intelligence as well. I think that there's going to be a real urge to just jump at artificial intelligence and really kind of adopt as much as you can. Like everybody seems to be pushing it. Everyone's got a story around it. And we need to take a step back and say, what is the center of cybersecurity? And it's not necessarily going to be that AI is the solution to everything. I think that the human-centric approach is really where we need to put most of our emphasis, where we say AI is a great tool, but it is a tool and the human is the one that is potentially running it and the one controlling it. And I think that's the real challenge we need to focus on, is remembering that the human is the center of all of this.
What proactive strategies can enterprises adopt to effectively mitigate its impact?
Yeah, so, I'll move away from AI and say just as a whole, from the cybersecurity standpoint, the awareness of the end user, right? So we're taking all these actions to detect threats and to respond to them, but sometimes the simplest way to detect a threat is to have your users approach you and tell you they made a mistake, right? So how much time is it going to take you to detect, somebody clicked on a phishing link or somebody did something they couldn't, when they could have simply come to you and said, hey, I made a mistake, I did something I shouldn't have, maybe you should take a look at that. And so user awareness training, but also kind of putting a friendly face to cybersecurity, I think is something that we all really need to embrace a little bit more.
If you had to summarize one key takeaway for CISOs or IT decision makers, what would it be and why?
I think I'm going to go back to that previous statement, which is don't forget that the human is at the center of all of this, right? So you are never going to find AI that allows you to completely replace your human analysts and your humans that are out there doing the job. You can elevate them, you can escalate them, you can enhance their capabilities using AI and technology, but technology is not going to replace them. So embrace the human aspect and then take the security operations approach. Don't think of any one tool as the center of your entire security program. Think of it as the security program itself, the security operations approach, and then add the tools on top of that. And so that's how you really need to look at all this and build from that point.